Canadian Blast, presented by La Presse Plus, better than JVM.
Hey, welcome everybody, great, your favorite host, Catherine.
Hello, welcome your other favorite host, Florence.
How are you doing, Catherine?
Doing great, how about you?
Like always, somewhere between asleep and awake.
Well, that's some progress. So, are you excited about today?
I'm super excited.
What's the reason?
It's the first episode of the Canadian Blast.
Yeah, it's a show where we talk about something interesting in a different way. So, today we got someone special coming.
Yes, we have Elizabeth coming to talk with us about an important issue that just became legal. But first, let's dig in history a little bit.
History time! Presented by La Presse Plus. We've got the best regional obituary coverage. Don't worry, we've got you covered.
Around the middle of the 19th century, Massachusetts, an American state, restricted the sale of rum and stated it could only be sold in big quantities to prevent people to get drunk. From that was born the oldest, smallest American political party that is still active, the Prohibition Party. That's when it all started. Welcome to our new citizen, Mrs. Prohibition!
Well, relax. It only really started in the beginning of the 20th century. The prohibitionists became very active and promoted a progressivist vision of an healthier United States. They were right at that time. Alcoholism was a national problem. It caused domestic violence, rape, social injustice, and political corruption.
They had good intention, but I think the road they took was a little bit too much.
Maybe it was the road, maybe it was the people on the side of the road, maybe it was the people who got on the road, or maybe it was the road itself. Maybe there was no road.
Okay, are you alright?
Am I?
Okay, let's move on. The Prohibition with a capital P was the 18th Amendment of the Constitution, was added with a majority of votes on January 17, 1919. That's a long way ago. It stated that the alcohol was banned in the U.S. territory. It included its production, importation, transportation, and sale.
That wasn't a winning choice, though. The authority had many troubles dealing with ascending criminality regarding alcohol. It was a human response. The population was deprived from something, and some people had the resources to give them what they wanted. So criminal groups quickly formed to arrange an organized business. They did everything from smuggling, production, transportation, selling, to killing, turf wars, corruption, and a ton of money. Police couldn't control them.
They didn't realize it at the time, but the government made a big mistakes by prohibiting alcohol.
Restriction brings criminal. It's just how it works. They just give them a beautiful playground with a lot of cash hiding there.
I think the one who used this situation at his advantage the most was no one else than Al Capone. Listen, he just created a world.
Wait, a word. With that admiring tone, the guy just killed a bunch of people and made a lot of cash.
Oh, come on. At that time, public opinion was positive and people actually liked his doings. He brought to people something they didn't have access to, alcohol. He owned at a certain point 161 bars and gained $50,000 a day. That's a lot. How much
So it was like a big corporation.
Yeah, that was...
Like through all of United States or only like in a couple of states?
It started in Chicago and it spread around most of the United States in the big cities like New York. So, got off cash.
And would you like smuggle alcohol into Canada or like?
Well, in Canada at that time, there was no prohibition against alcohol, so they smuggle alcohol from Canada to United States.
Oh.
So the guy was in control of most of Chicago's clandestine bars and many others in the United States, like I said before. And he built an empire that no one could mess with because he just bullied everybody that was in his way and bribed almost all the authorities around him. So police corps had no power. He was invincible. So people had no choice. And you know what? The worst in all this, he made the equivalent of $1.5 billion, but he didn't pay his taxes.
What an heartless man. The government realized it and thought, Too bad he's not paying the taxes. With all this cash, I could hire people to put it in jail. And Al Capone wasn't a stupid fellow, obviously. He didn't hold in his tax report in April. Here, dear official, I'm making billions of dollars selling alcohol that I can't legally sell. Would you please understand I won't give you any. Signed, your best public enemy number 1. So they did a special law, the RRS. The agency who is supposed to manage taxes could not tax the income from illegal sale of alcohol. If you didn't declare it, you could get arrested for tax fraud. And if you declared it, you went to jail for alcohol trafficking.
They're wise. I think with that law, they caught many small alcohol smugglers. But they didn't catch Al Capone. In fact, they didn't even catch him, if I can say. In trial, the prosecution had only one solid clue against him. But it could easily be declared inadmissible because of some stupid technicality. But Al Capone hired only some of his own lawyers that he trusted, but they weren't specialized in taxes. So they didn't know about this technicality, and Al Capone ended up in Alcatraz.
That's quite a stupid mistake.
Yeah, that's funny.
for a smart guy like that.
He just got caught up because...
For taxes.
Of some technicality, yeah.
Wow. Well, here in your beautiful country of democracy, liberty, and freedom of speech, I'm talking about Canada, of course, they held a referendum on the matter in 1898. The Canadian population voted at 51% for 49% against it. Here in Quebec, we voted at 80% against it.
Oh boy, that's good for a reputation of drunk woodcutters who drank to heat up our hands so we could eat more beans and ham in the snow.
Well, it is a cold country.
Yeah.
We're cold.
And apparently we like alcohol.
Even if they didn't apply prohibition after the referendum, they applied it at the beginning of the First World War to maximize the war effort of everyone. It didn't last. In 1919, it ended for the great happiness of the Quebec.
Yeah. Overall, I think prohibition in the United States didn't do more good than bad. It caused many violent events. The gang would just kill anybody out of the way. And look what happened on Valentine's Day on 1929. 7 men were killed in an attack from Al Capone's gang. It's just awful. They took the life from anybody without any regrets or anything. The end of prohibition also ended many criminal organization because they didn't earn income anymore. Just everybody in the United States could now sell alcohol anyway, so why would they buy from the criminal?
It was safer that way too, because some of the alcohol, since they were illegal, they didn't have safe ways of doing. A lot of people die. Right?
Yeah, because the authorities at the time put some poison in the alcohol, so when the criminals will sell alcohol, they would just kill the clients.
In school, we teach us about the Great War, World War II, Civil War, and many other conflicts, so we, as a society, wouldn't eventually recreate the same mistake as before.
Yeah, you're right. We should take Trump as an example, a good example. He saved us from war with North Korea. What a model.
What we have done without him and Twitter, I can't even imagine.
Oh, that. Without Twitter, he wouldn't be the best friend with Kim Jong-un.
Without Twitter... Also, he wouldn't have called him Little Rockin' Man, but that's another story.
Let's go on. Today we got Elizabeth Robert, the famous journalist from La Presse Plus, coming to talk with us about cannabis.
Since it became legal in Canada, we wanted to take the time to reflect on the matter. Welcome to our studio, Miss Robert.
Thank you for your invitation.
So, what's your background?
I don't freaking know. Some of your guys just drag me in here. Promise me some candy, so, those gummies, the sugary peach ones? I love them. I love them even more since they added this new ingredient. I don't quite remember what that is, but they are good, very good. Do you want some? They make you fly. Do you want some? Do you?
No, thank you. I'm fine. Are you talking about Mary Peaches, the cannabis gummies?
Yeah, that's it. How did you know?
She's stone flu. What are you gonna do? Oh, no. Stop eating the headphones. Oh, boy. That's gonna be a tough one. No, I said freaking headphones.
Maybe let's just start by giving her food so she stops eating her chairs.
Hey, guys. Who's that cute guy in the picture over there? Can I have his number?
That's John A. McDonald, and he's dead.
No! What am I gonna do? My poor husband! He died so young! He was so nice. Yesterday he made me some brownies. They are so good. I have some left in my back pocket. Do you want some? Do you want? They make you so happy.
Oh no. And there she is with some butt brownies.
Hey girl, is that rumor just arrived?
Who's that girl then?
I don't know. Since when is she here? I'll get her help. Toby, do your job, goddammit.
Bye! I'll see you at your family gathering at Christmas, and I'll bring my husband. Why is he in the wall?
Welcome, Miss Robert. May I see your ID, please?
Yeah, sorry for all that. What's your background?
I'm a journalist from La Presse Plus with a diploma in laws and social behavior. I'm pretty implicated in informing the youth about cannabis and its effects. I think it's better to explain it to them so they know what it is than just telling them, not touch that, it's dangerous. It wouldn't work anyway.
We talk about prohibition earlier. Can we compare the times when cannabis was illegal to prohibition? Regarding criminality, I mean. So cannabis was illegal, so criminals were the only ones to sell it. So it was a big market for them. And it wasn't supervised by any law. So criminal organization just made a lot of money out of it. For billions a year in 2009. And the customers in that will get bad stuff and expose themselves at high risks.
Yeah, we could. Except we are legalizing it, not prohibiting it, to increase public health. In fact, the 4 major objectives listed by Justin Trudeau are to decrease organized crime income, to protect our youth, to control adult consumption, and to decrease the burden of our criminal justice system.
Can you say we're learning now from our past mistakes to have a better future?
Yes, but we also have a long way to go. A lot of mistakes to make. Even if Canada were the first ever country to offer marijuana for pain-suffering patients, we are still young and not new in that field. The authorities in charge are constantly trying to do their best by collecting a maximum of information and consulting experts from states that legalized it in the past years like Alaska, Colorado, Maine, Nevada, Vermont, and Washington.
Now is the time for our audience to drop in some questions.
Now is your chance to impact your favorite show. It's question time. You sent in your questions on this week's topic and we will answer them.
A big thank you to La Presse Plus who selected the best question you sent in. Let's get started.
So the first question that come in is from Valerie, who asks, I have a teen at home. How legalizing cannabis will protect him? Wow, that's a good one.
Good question. In fact, some recent statistics show that teenagers don't smoke more marijuana in states where it's legal than in states where it's illegal. Also, the law in Canada is oriented in the perspective of preventing teens to consume. Obviously, teens can sell, buy, or use cannabis, but adults can't sell or give any to teens. They can't use them or to do something illegal, and it can't be sold in self-service or in distributing machines. In addition, the packaging and the display of the products of cannabis can be attractive, and publicity or incitation by a celebrity, a character, or an animal is illegal.
So, like, Beyonce can sell us cannabis?
No, she can't.
Well, that's a good news.
You're yourself a part of the prevention part of the program, right?
Yes, and I'm proud of it. The government made a budget of $9.6 million in 2017 to increase surveillance, supervision, education, and sensitization of the population. To achieve their objectives, they improved their presence in the schools. Now they can see more posters about the effects of cannabis in our schools. They also broadcast more advertising on many platforms: music and video streaming platforms, radio and television.
Yeah, actually the other day I was listening to some music and I heard an ad about not to drive high on cannabis. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, the one like, you're high, don't drive.
Don't drive high.
So now Jeffrey is asking, how could it increase public health? Everybody's gonna be addicted to marijuana.
To be a little more specific, 9% of the consumers of cannabis will become clinically addicted. In Canada, according to Statistics Canada, 5.4 million of Canadians will want to try it. If we add the ones who will still buy it on the dark market, we have 7.1 million of customers. On that, approximately 639,000 people will possibly become addicted if they continue to use cannabis on a regular basis. Obviously, that's all hypothetical. Everybody has a different tolerance to marijuana. Also, in Colorado, where cannabis is legal since January of 2014, the suicidal rate has dropped by 11% since then. I also think with the special training health professionals and the police officers received this past year, they will face this new reality with success.
Here's a question from Yvon. I think it's just to save them money that the government is making it legal. Am I right?
Well, I'm tempted to say yes. In 2014, on 60,000 offenses regarding cannabis registered in the criminal justice system, only 22,000 led to criminal charges. In addition, more than half of the offenses about drugs signaled by the police corps are about possession of cannabis. All these arrests and paperwork cost $500 million to the government each year. They wish to eliminate these cases to save money, time, and human resources, and invest it in prevention and sensitization. They judge it's more effective, and I think like them.
So Yvon is right.
Yvon was right.
They
Good
want to
job,
save
Yvon.
some money.
Good
Yeah.
job.
So now Louise asks, what is cannabis?
Straight to the point, cannabis is a name we give to the plant itself. It can grow up to 4 meters. Usually, people take away the female flowers of the plant and dry them before smoking it. This part is called marijuana or pot casually. The resin of the flowers or ashes is often used in cooking. The oil of cannabis is put in a pipe to be smoked. After cannabis consumption, the consumer's brain will be affected. The person will be impacted on attention, memory, and learning. The reaction speed also decreases. A feeling of euphoria and joy is also felt after inhalation of this substance.
So don't drive high.
For our final question, let's respond to Jay. What is worse, alcohol or marijuana?
Wow, we just compared them a while ago. So I wouldn't say one is worse than the other. They have different effects and history. Since alcohol is more consumed in the world than cannabis, since it's legal almost everywhere, I'm tempted to say that people nowadays are less afraid of alcoholic beverages because it's more common. Let's say your little brother who's like 17 years old calls you and tells you, "Hey, I'm drunk." You may propose him to pick him up and tell him not to drive and explain him how to make that family hangover remedy. One time won't be a big deal. Now, let's say he called you and told you, "Hey, I'm stoned." You definitely won't have the same reaction. Maybe you'll ask him where did he get it, which one of his friends dragged him into drugs, and that his life is over. 2 reactions, 2 substances, and similar negative effects.
That's possible. I've never looked at it that way, actually. It becomes dangerous the moment you start being afraid of it. That makes sense for drug and for many other things.
Not long ago, the World Health Organization published a study that says 1 death in 20 is caused by alcohol. Infectious disease, accidents, injuries, homicides, cardiovascular diseases, and diabetes are all linked with consumption of alcohol, are the cause of 5.3% of the death worldwide. That's a lot. That means alcohol kills more than AIDS, tuberculosis, and violence combined. In total, that's 3 million deaths in 2016, and 3.3 million in 2012.
Wow, that's crazy.
Alcohol kills.
Worldwide, 2.3 billion people drinks alcohol and 182 million people smoke cannabis.
Also, it's nearly impossible to die from a marijuana overdose. To do so, someone would have to smoke over 1,500 pounds of it within 15 minutes. That's a lot in a very short time, but it's very plausible to die from alcohol overdose. Every day 6 people die from it in the United States.
So you'd have to take 100 pounds a minute to die from it.
I guess.
That's crazy.
That will cost a lot also. So I think today we all learned something that thanks to our special guest Elizabeth Robert, journalist at La Presse Plus. I hope it will go well in the next months.
It was so nice and interesting meeting you. You're always welcome to come back to our mic.
Thank you, my favorite host. And always remember, no matter what it is in life, moderation is the solution. Have a nice Halloween.
And that's it with our first ever broadcasting of the Canadian Blast.
Don't forget to comment about your favorite parts and what you want us to talk about next time.
Hope you enjoy your time listening to us and have a wonderful Canadian Blast of a week.
See you next week.
Thanks to our hosts, Catherine Bergevin and Florence Tecpe. The Canadian Blast Show was proudly presented by La Presse Plus, your #1 lecture on the throne. Stay tuned for the next blast.